time to highlight some of the smaller parties, which, as we've learnt in the last couple of parliaments, can be very vital to what's going to happen. OK, Greg Chipp, you obviously come from a history of politics. It's not something new to you. I read in your biography you debated with people like Malcolm Fraser and Bob Hawke when you were a teenager. And you did, in fact, run for the Democrats in the past. Tell us how you got to this point now in your life running in this party.
I saw the need, I would think, about 5 years ago to address this devastating question of drugs in Australia. And it's an issue that just didn't seem to be being addressed by the major parties. They tended to attempt to make political capital, up the ante, outbid each other on the severity of their response to the drug problem, a response that is being proved to be counterproductive. The more we increase penalties, lock up poor hapless people with drug problems, criminalise, marginalise and vilify drug users, the worse the problem seems to get. So I just looked around at 55, and I guess the truth is that my father would have instilled into me the fact that you should do one thing in this world, and that's leave it a little bit better than you arrived in it. And I've had a very, let's say, indulgent 40 years. I've had the best of what this country has had to offer, education and opportunities, and, as you say, mixing with politicians and ideas in my earlier days. So I really just thought it's time to put back, and cannabis is certainly an issue I know something about. I've smoked cannabis for 35 years of my life without ill effects. I'm alive and kicking. Cannabis is a drug. It's a drug I wouldn't encourage young people to use, but at the other extreme, Janine, I certainly don't want kids being questioned by the police, being locked up and arrested, and having lifelong consequences with a criminal record or limitations on travelling for experimenting with a little bit of cannabis, as the Prime Minister of this country has actually done.